The Middle East changed overnight on February 28, 2026. In a coordinated operation, the United States and Israel launched a massive strike on Iran. By the end of it, Iran's supreme leader was dead. And instantly, one question echoed around the world. If this was originally a conflict between Israel and Iran, why did America step in? What does Washington gain from attacking Tehran? And what is the United States really afraid of? Today, we're breaking down the 6 major reasons behind America's decision to strike Iran. Donald Trump repeatedly stated that Iran must never acquire nuclear weapons. His argument was simple. A nuclear-armed Iran would feel emboldened, more aggressive, more confident, and more dangerous. U.S. intelligence officials claimed Iran had resumed sensitive elements of its nuclear program. Reports indicated uranium enrichment had reached 60% and was edging toward 90%, the level considered weapons grade. From Washington's perspective, this wasn't just progress, it was a countdown. Historically, when hostile states have approached nuclear capability, the United States, often alongside Israel, has acted to stop them before they cross the threshold. Stopping Iran's program through military force was framed as a preventative move, but that raises an uncomfortable question. 9 countries already possess nuclear weapons, so why is Iran different? One major factor is America's closest ally in the region, Israel. Iran's leadership has openly called Israel illegitimate. Khamenei once described Israel as a cancerous tumor that must be eradicated. Statements like that are taken extremely seriously in Washington and Tel Aviv. Israel is geographically small. A single nuclear strike could devastate the entire country. Supporters of the strike argue that while most nuclear powers claim their weapons are purely defensive, Iran's rhetoric suggests something far more aggressive, especially toward Israel. For the United States, preventing Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon is not just about deterrence. It's about ensuring Israel's survival. But this isn't just about Israel. It's also about energy and the global economy. Take a look at this map. It is the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, one of the most strategically vital waterways on Earth. Roughly 20% of the world's daily oil supply passes through this corridor. If Iran were to block or militarize the strait, the consequences would be immediate. Oil prices would surge, inflation would spike, markets could collapse. A global recession would become a real possibility. Now imagine that scenario, but with a nuclear-armed Iran backing it. The leverage would be enormous. For the United States and its allies, keeping that waterway open is non-negotiable. If Iran successfully developed nuclear weapons, it likely wouldn't stop there. Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Turkey, perhaps even Egypt, regional rivals would feel compelled to develop their own nuclear programs. The Middle East could transform into a multi-nuclear region, dramatically increasing the risk of miscalculation or catastrophic conflict. The United States has long tried to limit nuclear proliferation. A region where multiple rival states possess nuclear weapons would reduce American influence. But nuclear weapons aren't the only threat Washington pointed to. Trump argued that Iran had significantly expanded its long-range missile capabilities and supported militant networks across the region. U.S. strikes reportedly targeted missile production facilities, drone infrastructure, air defense systems, and bases connected to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Pentagon officials described the operation as defensive, aimed at eliminating imminent threats to U.S. troops, allies, and potentially even the American homeland. In this framing, the strike wasn't just about nuclear weapons. It was about degrading Iran's overall military capacity. And finally, the most controversial factor, regime change. Trump openly encouraged Iranians to rise up against their government. U.S. messaging suggested this was an opportunity to end clerical rule and transition toward democracy. But this leads to an even bigger question. If promoting democracy is the goal, why not North Korea? Is it because North Korea already possesses nuclear weapons? Many analysts argue that the United States might never have attacked Iran if Iran had already achieved full nuclear deterrence. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.